Hi, my name's Amanda Easton. I'm a performer, singer-songwriter from Sydney, Australia. I make retro-inspired theatrical electronic pop. But when I'm not doing my own music, I do cabaret, cover band gigs, solo gigs, tribute shows, recording sessions. Welcome to my Circle of Life vlog.
But I'll be watching you from here.
Hi there, how are you? Welcome to my live diary chat. And I hope you've had a good week. I'm really sorry I wasn't here last week. Actually, I was sick. I didn't want to say because, I have family that watch this from overseas and I didn't want to worry anybody, but I was sick and my little boy was sick. And of course, during this time, what do you think when you feel sick? You think you better go and get tested. So, at least it was an outing. We all got in the car and we all went and got tested. Needless to say, we were negative and we've just got the boring old rhinovirus, apparently, not the coronavirus, which is great. It's really interesting, though, that I didn't even think about the test costing anything and it was free. But speaking to friends, friends in the UK said, not in England, but actually in Jersey and the Channel Islands, I think they said a coronavirus test is like £75, which, whew, that's a lot of money for something so unpleasant. Necessary and important, of course, but it wasn't very pleasant. And then another friend of mine from the States sent me a link saying that the charge for the coronavirus test can vary from like $100 to thousands, like $5,000 or $6,000. How does that even happen? And I got to say, we love to complain about our government and politicians and everything else, but I am glad we live in a country where a test like that is free. So yes, if you've just joined me, we are negative. Whew! And that's why I wasn't here last week, and I didn't want to worry anybody. Now, I've been doing these live video chats for a long time, and normally what happens is when somebody joins the chat and I can see that there are people here, it tells me, and Facebook is not telling me. So what I'm going to do, if you'll excuse me, because what I really love about doing these diary chats every week is that I get to see who's here and I get to see messages, which Facebook is not giving me for the last couple of weeks. So if I'm not saying hello and I'm not answering your message, this is why. So if you'll excuse me for about 30 seconds, I'm going to go on my laptop instead and see if it works there. So I'll see you in a second. That's right. I was talking about the COVID-19 test, not the most pleasant experience, but it didn't cost anything and we're negative, and I guess that's the main thing. So I hope you guys are all doing well wherever you are. So call me naive, but I thought what was going to happen, nobody knew how long this whole pandemic thing was going to last, but what I thought was going to happen was that we'd be in isolation and then suddenly maybe there'd be a big bell ringing, something would happen and we'd all be out and everything would be safe and the world would be back to normal. I thought it might take a year for that to happen, but I thought that's what would happen. I thought it was all about, okay, now we're locked down and now we're doing our thing and then suddenly everything's okay. I didn't know there was going to be this limbo period that we're in now. Well, that's what it feels like in Australia, at least, where in some states, we've done okay with the numbers. Sorry, Victoria. And things are starting to reopen. So that's what I mean by the big change. I thought, okay, everything was closed and we were shut down and then suddenly everything's open and we're all out again. But it's not like that at all. A lot of things are opening up. Nothing's completely open and back to normal as far as the shops and where you can go out. We still have those footloose restrictions in place where you can go to venues and the numbers are getting better, but you can't dance. And it feels really strange. I'm really hoping that there does come a time, maybe when the vaccine comes, where things will be back to normal. But for me, things are starting to feel a little bit more normal, even though, I know the world isn't there yet, because I have a whole lot of gigs. And I can't tell you how excited I am about that. And one of them is tomorrow, which is not your standard gig, and I spoke about that before. That is the live stream that I'm doing with the First Ladies of Soul. And that's tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And I've already posted the link on my page, and I'm sure it's on the First Ladies of Soul Facebook page as well. And all you have to do is click the button. It's a fully produced. Hi, Seb. How are you? Yeah, feeling much better, thank you. It wasn't the big C, so I've got a bit of a cold, but I can cope with that. So yes, all you have to do is click the link. You don't have to buy any tickets. Hi, James. Nice to see you too. And it is a free concert. It's a really, high production standards and everything. It's a proper big show with it's a 7-piece band, which is a little bit smaller than our usual First Ladies of Soul. But we've got to consider, social distancing on the stage. Excuse me. And it's DFP Studios, who are a big event production company, have put this on, and they have their office complex that they've turned into this fabulous theatre, because what else are you going to do when you're an event company and there's a pandemic? So we're talking about all the high-end equipment and the lights and the cameras and the staging and everything set up for this live stream event series that they're doing. And the First Ladies of Soul are so excited to be part of it. It's just a 45-minute show. As I said, no tickets necessary. Just press the link that I sent out on my Facebook page, and I'll put it at the bottom of this video as well. And obviously, if you would like to pay something close to a ticket fee or any kind of tip, then it would be appreciated. But we do realise that the music industry isn't the only one that's suffering at the moment, so don't feel obliged. Just come along. We'll just be so happy to see you there. The show is called The First Ladies of Soul is the act, of course, that's us. The show is called The Songs of Passion and Empowerment. The other way around, I think. But we've chosen a lot of the songs from our repertoire that are about both of those things, because we figured that was pretty appropriate for the times. So it'd be so lovely to see you there. My mum is even going to be on the other end of a laptop from her nursing home, and it's the first time that she's seen me. She will have seen me perform for a long time. So I'm excited for many reasons. But then I've also got another series of gigs. It's all happening. Excuse me, you can see I'm not 100% yet. And of course it happens. I've had 3 months of perfect health and no gigs to go to. And now I've got a whole lot of gigs and I get a gold, but that's okay. So Saturday night, I've got a real live gig actually in among the people at Dom's in Penrith Panthers. If you haven't been there before, it's a cocktail bar in Panthers, and it's kind of a Great Gatsby, Moulin Rouge type theme. And what I'm loving about it this time round particularly is that the stage, this is going to sound weird if you haven't been there, but the stage is actually set in a cage. So it's a big, massive brass cage, and the stage is inside. So how good is that for social distancing? No one will be able to get to us. And I know it sounds weird, but it actually looks quite beautiful. It's a really lovely venue. It's a cocktail bar. And I'm doing the show that I'm doing. I have a duo with Jo Elms, who's one of the First Ladies of Soul as well, and one of my besties. And we have a duo that we haven't actually done for a long time, because I guess we've both been busy with our shows, our respective shows. But it's a duo, used to be called Dance Little Sister. And from the title, I guess you could gather that we did a lot of songs that were danceable, but we kind of covered, lots of different repertoires. She plays guitar and sings, and I play piano and sing. But with all the restrictions in venues that say you can't dance, we thought calling it Dance Little Sister wasn't quite right. So we've changed it, even if temporarily, to Sing Little Sister. So it's cage stage was all the rage in that age, says John. That's very cute. In this age too. Excuse me. Now that we have a pandemic to protect ourselves from, the cage is all the rage especially. And so Sing Little Sister is going to play to audiences in Doms this Saturday night. I think it's 7:30 start. It's a free show. And then we've got 3 or 4 other dates at the same venue coming up the following week, and then a couple of weeks after that, and then a couple of weeks after that. I'll put those dates on my page, as well as the Sing Little Sister Facebook page as well if you're in Sydney and would like to come along and wave to us through the bars. And what they're doing, they're changing tack a little bit because of the restrictions, and they've asked us to play. They wanted to keep it quite modern. It's covers. They want us to keep it quite modern, but they don't want people to dance. So we're doing almost like a postmodern jukebox style repertoire. So mostly, songs from the last, when I say modern, like not this year necessarily, the last 30 years, but do it in that kind of vintage style. So I think it'll be really fun. I hope you can come along if you're in the area. As I said, I'll put the dates up, but the first one is this Saturday and the second one is the Saturday after that. Gosh, what else do I have to tell you? I think that's about it. I know I've been playing songs in my live streams recently, but I've had the gig on Saturday night at Dom's came very last minute. And so suddenly I had a heap of songs to go over. And it's funny, this whole time I've been doing a lot of musical projects, but nothing's been strictly work. And I've been writing my new album and doing all that kind of stuff. But you do fall into habits and routines that obviously are different than what they were before the pandemic. And even with all the stuff on my plate, the weekends were quite quiet. And I'm so used to Saturdays and Sundays, the whole family sits in the lounge room and watches. It's been Star Wars first. We did the whole Star Wars series. We did all the Spider-Men, and now we're on to Avengers and Iron Man. I'm loving them, but I don't think I'm going to have time for that this weekend. So, and even though I've only got 2 gigs, it feels like so much because I'm just not used to everything that goes around getting prepared and rehearsing and everything for gigs. But it's very exciting. I'm definitely not complaining. So I hope you get a chance if you want to get out. I know that not everybody is comfortable getting out yet, and I completely understand that. We're being extra careful whenever we are out, which is very rare. Now, I did see Peter here before, and I don't know if he's still here, but I have somebody, Peter, that would like to see you. So just excuse me for a second. Oh, here she is. She's been sleeping in my office just about all day, which is probably quite bad news because it might mean she's going to be up all night. Look, she's still asleep. Oh, you're very tired today. You only sleep about 20 hours a day, so, you've got to catch up, don't you? And it'll be bad news for us because she'll be running around like a crazy person because she's a teenager, right? All through the night. And if we have the bedroom door shut, she puts her paws underneath. And it's an old house, so the doors don't fit super snugly in the doorway, and she'll pull, and sometimes she'll manage to get the door open, but either way, kind of annoying. Anyway, I'm not oh, thank you for licking my hand, Smokey. I'm not set up to play songs tonight because I've packed up everything ready for my gigs. So thank you for joining me just for a quick chat and a catch up. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope to see you at the live stream tomorrow night. Thanks again. Good to see you. Bye. Oh, Smokey.
Hello, how are you? Guess what? I'm out in the real world. This is not my home. This is so exciting. So we're here at DFP Live. You might be able to hear the band setting up in the background, and we're very excited because it's our live stream tonight, and that's 8 p.m. Sydney time. So have a look on the Facebook page, and I'll put it under this post as well. You'll see the link where you can join. It's just a YouTube link. You just have to click it and you're in. 8 p.m. tonight. Miss Jo Elms is here getting ready as well.
Being very important, taking care of very important business.
Oh, very important.
VIP.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to show you. Oh, there's a big TV here that shows you
Our good-looking crew.
yeah, and our good-looking set, but I'll show you a little bit closer. So here we go. And I think we're going to have a small in-house audience as well. But mostly it will be online, of course. Here you go. Hey, how good does that look? Woohoo! Looks like a real TV studio, huh? There we go.
So 8 p.m. tonight, we hope to see you there, and send us a message if you are there, because I think we'll be able to see them as we're performing and we'll say hi. All right, so it's the First Ladies of Soul tonight. I'll go back to our warming up and our getting ready, and hopefully see you later. All the best. Bye.